Okay, we are going to do test review for our test tomorrow. So I'm going to put video 7, test review. Okay. One of the first problems that you need to be familiar with is if you had a question, say you had the number 12,000 or 1,243, and it said if 1,243 would be increased if the 2 was replaced with an 8, what would happen? Okay, how much would this number increase by if the 2 was replaced with an 8? So the original number is 1,243, and they changed the 2 with an 8. How much did this number increase by? So what you're going to do is subtract. You could also say, what is the value of this 8? 800. What's the value of this 2? 200. So what's the difference? 600. Okay. On your test, if you have a question like this, I highly suggest that you rewrite the number so you can see the difference. Okay. Another thing you're going to be able to be asked is matching with the word form. So word form, expanded form, and standard form. So if I said 453, and now this is going to be multiple choice, but say it was A, B, C, D, which one matches? Okay, so you just need to know how to write 453. You just need to know how it would be written in word form, or if it was expanded, form. Another thing you're going to be expected to know, well, I'll flip the page, is ordering numbers. Say you had 4,000 and you had and they asked you to order them from least to greatest. You need to know, okay, 4,000, 5,000, 4,000. Which one's the smallest? Okay, one of these two. This one says 4,200. This one says 4,600. So I know that would be my first number. My second number, now that I've marked that one out, would be this one. And then my last number available is that number. So knowing how to order from least to greatest, okay? Also, if it asked you how to read it, if you could write on your test, and if it said from least to greatest, then let's think, what number is greater? This one or this one? 4,261 or 4,621? So it's going to look like that. What number is greater? 5,621. So then it would look like that. Okay. Another thing is if I had, say, $2 bills, say we represent that equals $2. And this represents 25 cents. And they said, which one equals more? $2 or 8 quarters? We know that 8 quarters is actually equivalent to $2. So, with that being said, let me find a good example. If they, sorry, trying to think of a good example. And they said, what does 400 5 tens and 15 ones, what does that equal? Okay, well, let's think about it. If I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tens and 4 hundreds. This number, or this picture, represents right here. But let's think about it. I have 15 ones. How do I write that? I can regroup these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Mark it out to add another 10. Now we could write equals, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 ones. So I still have 400. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 tens and 5 ones. So even though it says 400, 5 tens, and 15 ones, that is also equivalent to 465 because we had to do some regrouping. Okay, you will have some rounding on this test as well, so make sure you practice your rounding. I think we've done a lot of it already this week. And then last but not least, you're going to have a question on, say, for example, 444. And they're going to want to know what the difference between this 4, that 4, and this 4 equal. Okay? So, we know this 4 equals 400. This 4 equals 40. And this 4, oh, sorry, they're on different lines, equals 4. So, the difference between this 4 and this 4 is not 36. The difference of this 4 and that 4 is that this 4 right here is 10 times greater than this 4. Because this has a value of 40. And this only has a value of 4. So, remember when you go to place value, it's times 10. Okay? So, 4 times 10 equals 40. So this 4 is smaller than the middle 4 because this is really a value of 4 because it's in the ones column, and this is a value of 40 because it's in the tens column. 4 times 100 equals 400. So this 4 right here is actually 100 times bigger than this 4. Okay, so say we had, and So we had those two numbers. And they said, what's the difference between this number and this number? What you would do, okay, let's look at the difference of the 5. This is 500, and this is 5. With that being said, this 5 has a greater value than this 5, while this number is larger because it's 500 or 765. This, if we're talking only about the 5 and it's really paying attention to detail, this 5 has a greater value than this 5 because 567, that 5 has a value of 500, where in 765, that 5 only has a value of 5. Okay? Please, please, please ask any questions. Feel free to have your parents text me, and I'll try to answer any questions possible before the test tomorrow. Thanks so much.